I was approved for the surgery by my cardiologist. He cleared me. However, the doctor that I went to royally screwed up and just did a bunch of things wrong, even though she didn't submit it till 2 weeks later. Even though I spoke to her about getting my medical records, and she said, "Oh, you're an excessive smoker, right?" And I'm like, "No, where did that come from?" And so they're saying that I said that on my thing. I'm 51 years old and I never say that. And I said the only way I could have even remotely made that mistake is if you have a bunch of questions and yes, no on the side, and it's hard to, get them all parallel. But I said, but they asked me in the room. The doctor asked me in the room. I said, no, I do not smoke. And before you submitted the paperwork, I said no. And yet it was a royal screw up. They didn't request my medical records, so I was denied for the surgery by my insurance company. And they said I'm a high risk for surgery because I'm an excessive smoker. Never smoked in my life. So she royally screwed up, and I said I don't want liposuction, and yet it was submitted to the insurance company talking about liposuction, and so they said it's cosmetic. We have no medical records proving you have infections, and you're an excessive smoker, you're at high risk for surgery, therefore we deny this surgery to you. And I spoke to, I don't know why I was referred to her. Maybe she had an office here in Palin, but it was all the way out in Clear Lake. And I saw, as I was going to my doctor, as I was walking out, I go to a specific medical building, like most of my doctors are there. And so I saw a plastic surgeon. I was like, why didn't they refer me to her? They seem to refer everybody to the same person. So I spoke to that, the receptionist or whatever, the assistant, and she told me that it sounds like, with all the stupidity that happened there, that it was kind of sabotage. That probably the doctor they sent me to wants me to pay out of pocket. She doesn't want to deal with the insurance company. So, I mean, she did say something to that effect, and then she said she wasn't in network, and I wasn't going to go for that. So I called my insurance company. They said, yes, she's in network. And so it's the hospital she's going to go to in network. So why, yes, she told me she wasn't. So that's why I kind of stuck with her, but then she messed up, and I said I didn't want liposuction. It was in the, but now it's on my record that I'm a smoker. So I was really upset, and I called them up, and they said that they were going to correct that. But I'm just going, I called the insurance company. They said she has to print a retraction, but it really doesn't matter because none of your other doctors say that you smoke. When you move on to the next doctor, that's out of the window already. It's already been denied, appealed, and denied because they're asking for medical records, and my doctor never. I told her I need to sign a medical release, and they were saying you don't need that, you don't need that. Now they're coming out with a different story. That was my mistake. Yeah, okay. I said out of inside, so then I must be insane. I said the only way that it was wrong is that it was parallel. It was a bunch of parallel questions, and I accidentally did the wrong one. But that's unlikely. I've been 51 years old. I've never smoked. But fine. I said, but even so, your doctor asked me, and I told her no. So that she had to have written that in her notes. But whatever, they're trying to say it's my mistake, but as far as they said they're going to correct, I said, it's not my mistake, because when they asked me again before they submitted the request, I told them, no, I am not. They said, oh, it must have been, we're contractors. We contract a company that does all this for us, and they must have not got the notes that you're not a smoker. I said, well, then you need to tell them to fix that. I don't want that on my record. I said, they'll deny every surgery from here to Kingdom Come, but I spoke to the insurance company. Yes, they do have to correct it, but not to worry about it too much because when it comes on to the next doctor, they're not going to look at that. But I still don't want to take any chances. They said they're just going to go by the records of the new doctor. So I'm approved. I've been cleared for surgery, but not approved by the insurance company. So I don't know. I'm going to see what this new plastic surgeon says to me, if they do everything right. Oh, and she said that they told me, this current doctor said that they told me to bring all my records. I said, excuse me? No. I asked you several times. I wanted to sign a medical release. Nobody asked me to bring records, number one. And number two, I can't get my own records. They're going to charge me for that. Doctors request the records through medical release forms, and it's a courtesy. It's free amongst the doctors. It is not free to me. And I requested, I talked to you several times. I told them, I said, I need to sign a medical release, and you kept saying, no, you don't, no, you don't, no, you don't. Yet, I get 3 letters. First denial, second was an appeal, and they said, we need your medical records. My doctor never asked me, never called me and said, we need the medical records. And then finally they said, nope, we didn't get your medical records. This is cosmetic because it said lipo, and you're high risk for surgery because you smoke. You're an excessive smoker, and no, we can't approve it. But yet somewhere at the end it said, maybe you should have weight loss surgery. Maybe that'll benefit you better. I'm like, wait a minute, but they're telling me I'm a smoker and that I'm high risk, but yet that didn't make any sense. But that's all right. You know, if I have to live with this horrible hanging pannus that hurts my back and hurts my waist and hurts my hips, you know, whatever. You know, I mean, but you know, they even told me, the insurance company said, don't give up, just go with another doctor. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's see what happens with that. I am scared to be under again, but you know, let's see what happens with that. I tell you. So yeah, school started. I have my background, so messy table. So back to the daily grind, and I need to get ready. I have to put on makeup anyway, so it's like no big deal to do this video unless I had an earlier appointment. So afternoon appointment, gotta get ready. I have another appointment, unexpected appointment that I had to do. So I will see you guys next week. And if I spot the fantasy makers, I'll let you know what's up with that. All right, so love you all. Mwah.